Hi, we're going to take a look at the course outline and syllabus for ACalc and linear algebra for the 2021-2022 school year. The first part of this is a course overview. Um, it's essentially trying to describe for you what is ACalc, what is linear algebra. I'm not going to go too in depth in that right now because most of that's not going to make a whole lot of sense until you get a little bit further into the course. Our course meets during B block. That's me. My free periods this year are A, C, and F. So usually I will be in the math office, but it's probably a good idea to let me know, that you're coming ahead of time so that I can um, make sure that I'm there. But yeah, I'm very much wanting to help you when we are outside of class. That's my email. It's James, not Jim, in the email, so just be aware of that. Uh, these are the objectives for the course. Again, a lot of this isn't going to make a whole lot of sense until you actually start doing it. So, um, oh, multiply errors. There we go. Ah, um, so we have um, we can fix things as we're going along here. All right, so again, don't spend a whole lot of time there, but as we're going through the course, a lot of that will make more sense. Every day you need a pencil. I would highly advise using pencil rather than pen in my class because it's math and you make mistakes and it's easier to fix those mistakes. You need your TI-84 graphing calculator. And a laptop is going to be required each day in class because, one, I'm going to try to keep things as paperless as I can, so everything will be housed in Schoology. And two, there is some pretty heavy usage of MATLAB going on in this class, so you're going to want to have that handy. So we started with some of that at the end of BC last year, if you were with me, so be aware of that. This is the course schedule as I've got it lined out. We do 8 units in the course, 4 on advanced multivariate calculus, 4 on linear algebra. These are the proposed assessment dates that should be hitting. So I think I have those correct at this point. If I make any changes to the syllabus and these dates, I will email you and will also update in the syllabus that you find in Schoology, okay? Um, Down here is the grading policy. Your final grade is the average of your first or of your 2 semester grades. In each semester, 20% of that semester grade comes from your exam. However, because you are in a senior terminal course, there is no spring exam, so you will not have that 20% of the exam grade in the second semester. Um, the the course grade part of this, so that 80% in the first semester and all of the second semester, will be a 90-10 split between summative assessments, which will look like unit tests. There'll be 8 of those, and formative assessments, which will look like quizzes or shorter assessments, which will be 10%. There's no extra credit. This is just like do the work, The policy of our department is that you are given the option to retake any 2 summative assessments during the school year. Retakes must be done within 1 cycle of the day in which the assessment is returned. You should notify me of your intention to retest via email within 1 day of the assessment. Once the assessment is returned, a retest score will be the average of the first test and the retest. So it is an averaging, right? So add them and divide by 2. Assessments will be graded in such a way that we're looking at, your perseverance, your critical thinking. This is how we these type of things, creativity, collaboration, curiosity. These are the type of things that make up the comments in your report card. So be aware of that. The sliders in your report card are your work habits, your engagement, your attention to detail, organization, self-advocacy, and your timely completion of work, right? Down here is the attendance policies. Make sure that you read all of this. This is all straight from the upper school handbook. I don't believe that I'm making up my own attendance policy. I try to be as human and as realistic as possible with this. But make sure you read through it all and you understand what's going on there. The general rule is be in class unless you don't have a reason, or unless you have a reason not to be in class. And if you have that, let me know and we will make arrangements to make sure that you get caught up. Okay? Academic honesty also comes from the handbook. A way for me to express my thinking about academic honesty and accountability here is simply this. If you are working with another student, which is something that we hope you will do, which is collaboration, it should be done in such a way that you should be able to sit at the table and you work collaboratively on a single sheet of paper or whiteboard or whatever, and then you throw that piece of paper away and you erase that whiteboard, and then you both sit down and produce your own work, right? As opposed to somebody taking their work and then letting somebody else duplicate that, right? So when I get your work, it should look like two very different papers. And if you have collaborated, you will end up with two very different papers. If you have cheated, it will look like two copies of the exact same thing. Okay, so this is part of our honor code and part of the integrity of our school is that, make your work your own and be proud of the work that you do. Okay? So that's a quick run through of the syllabus for this year. If you have any questions, email me, reach out, and we'll go from there. All right? Thank you. I hope you have a great year in ACALC and linear algebra.